Между тем, и вы это хорошо знаете, мы делали
Meanwhile, and you know it very well, we were doing everything possible, really everything possible, to settle that problem by peaceful means.
I have no idea at all who is talking bollocks or not anymore. Not a clue. I just watched the full Putin speech nearly a year since he started his Russian special military operation, which he now calls a war. Interestingly, he failed to mention that not a single civilian, church, apartment building, school or hospital on Russian soil was hurt in the making of this war. It reminds me of that scene in Fawlty Towers. Not the one where the German guest says, "Will you stop talking about the war?" And Basil says, "Me? You started it." And the German says, "We did not start it." And Basil says, "You did. You invaded Poland." Not that scene. Just the one where Manuel goes, "Ke? What the fuck is he talking about?" Whether you, I, or anyone else believes what Putin says, it's immaterial. What we actually do know for realsies is that there are hundreds of thousands of Ukrainian civilians dead, women and children slaughtered. And absolutely zero, zilch, has been achieved as a result. What amused me immensely is that the BBC fact-checked the speech. Ha! Brilliant. It's a bit like asking Harold Shipman to check in on your nan, but let's have a look anyway. Okay, something Putin said. The neo-Nazi regime that's set up in the Ukraine after 2014. The BBC asks us to remember it should also be noted that Zelensky is Jewish and members of his family died in the Holocaust. So therefore, there couldn't possibly be neo-Nazis in Ukraine. Well, okay, there might be a few, but if there are a few, Zelensky's granddad would be unimpressed by it. Putin also said, "We also remember the attempts of the Kiev regime to acquire nuclear weapons because they talked about it publicly." There is no evidence of this, the BBC reminds us, that Ukraine has ever attempted to acquire nuclear weapons. And Mr. Putin, who has made the claim before himself, did not provide any evidence either, although he has a shitload of them and is only a vodka and coke away from using them. Look, it's really difficult to joke about this stuff. But what's the alternative choice? Take it seriously? Fuck that. Here's the reality. We support the side led by a geezer who can't wipe his own arse. We are fighting a KGB agent who wants to rebuild the USSR before he dies, which looks like next month. Still, it puts the transgender issue into perspective.